Just picked up a 2013 Softail Slim. Actually, I got it in May, and so I had it for about 5 months now. I got it, and I'm sure this happens to so many of you out there. It happened to me several times with the bikes I got. I took my 2008 Buell XB12S into the dealership to get it serviced. And as I was putzing around during the service, I came upon this baby on their show floor. And if you might recall, like in my other videos, I have a Sportster 48 video. Loved that thing. Anyway, so I'm getting my XB serviced, walking on the floor, stumble upon this thing. It reminds me of the 48, just a scaled up BA version of it. So, had to have it. Traded in at the Buell on this here, and now this is my new mean machine. Love it. A few mods I did to it since then. Oh, before I get to that, after I got the bike, actually I saw it before I got the bike, but I since then saw it on DVD. This bike is actually in the Avengers. If you're kind of geeky like I am, I thought that was pretty cool. Near the end of the movie, Captain America is riding away, and within this scene, I just saw these Hollywood bars, and I was like, what? Those look familiar. So I did a Google search, and there's all kind of pictures of this bike here with the same bike, same bag that you'll see in a minute. But yeah, this model bike was in the Avengers. It was during their marketing of the movie and such. Stan Lee was sitting on it, whatever. Just Google it sometime. But anyway, this model right here was in the Avengers. So that's pretty cool. And I actually think I saw it in a Progressive commercial as well. But anyway, yeah, obviously myself and others like me aren't the only ones that like this bike, that appreciate the old school vibe to it. Anyway, love the bike. Few mods I did to it since I picked it up. Like I said, had it for about 5 months. I like to minimize the chrome on it. I like chrome here and there to accent the bike, but I don't like it when it's 50-50 or when it starts taking over the bike. So, few things I did right quick. I went ahead and smoked out the marker signals. This whole area here was pretty much chrome, so I just replaced it with stock black mirrors, stock levers, control levers, like them. Went ahead and put the black diamond plate hand grips on, really like them. And I went ahead and put the engine guard on. When I first got this bike, yeah, I had sport bikes before, but they're much lighter. When I first sat on this thing, I was like, whoa, this thing's heavy or whatever. I wasn't quite used to it. So I went ahead and got the engine guard to give me the confidence that, hey, if something happens, my foot slides in gravel, whatnot, I'm not totally gonna demolish the bike or whatever. So I went ahead and got that. I'm used to the bike now. Probably don't need it, but I like it. Like how it looks. I got the black instead of chrome version, so I don't mind it. Kept it on there. If I ever go down, easier to pick up, and yeah, so you never know. So, and I also went ahead and got passenger pegs, the same diamond black is to match the hand grips. Went ahead and got replaced the stock seat, which we all do generally when we get a new Harley or a bike of any make, is change out the seat. Things like sitting on a 2x4s or whatnot. Anyway, got a Mustang seat, really like it. Got the passenger pillion seat to match. Whenever I find a honey worthy of taking her around on my beast here, I'll go ahead and slap it on. Went ahead and got the Vance and Hines pipes here. We'll talk a little bit more about those in a minute. And as we come around here, I got went ahead and replaced, I really liked the stock vintage look to their display here, but I went ahead and replaced it with Harley's, forget the exact name of it, but they have it in their shops. But anyway, different console that looks a little bit more modern, although I appreciated the old school looks of the stock one, but it has more information on the plate without having to go through the trip, cycle through the trip information. It has more information as you look down, RPMs, miles per hour, so on and so forth, the clock, fuel gauge, a lot of things on there that aren't on the stock that I like to readily look down and see. So I really like that. It's really cool. If you Google it sometime, you can see that you can totally customize the colors on it. So I really dig that. Went ahead and got the swing arm bag. Really like it. Specifically made for this model. Really like how it goes with the profile of the swing arm. And as I said, this bike is in the Avengers, and they actually have that bag on there as well, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm kind of a geek, and so yeah, I like that kind of stuff in bikes. But anyway, yeah, so anyway, when I first looked at this bike, I was like, what? That's a little bit, out of control. I don't need the full footboards. I was used to just having the pegs. I don't need the full footboards. I don't need, the toe heel shifter, all that nonsense. That's a bit much. Having said that, after riding it for a bit, I absolutely fell in love with it. You have more elbow room to move your feet, much more comfortable. Like I said, you just have more elbow room, more room to roam to get comfortable for those longer rides or just for any rides. I really like the toe heel shifter. The first several months I had this bike, I was using it like crazy. Got kind of confused as to which way this and that to shift, so something I kind of told myself so I can remember is toe low, heel high. That's how I remembered which way I was going and this and that. And now I don't even need, of course, to remember that I'm used to it. But what I started doing was just using the traditional toe shifter as of late. Like I said, when I first got it, it was kind of cool. It was new, so I was using it, all the time. But I kind of gravitate to just using the toe now. So I'm thinking about removing. It's really easy to do. Bolt right there. Just take off the heel shifter, just to clean this up a little bit. I do like to keep my bikes, as minimalistic as possible, which lighter is good too, more horsepower to a weight ratio. Kind of dig that. So anyway, not that that's going to make that much of a difference, but it will certainly clean it up a little bit. So thinking about taking that off. Yeah, so of course love the fatty front tire, dig all that. The same kind of traits that the 48 had, this bike has. Totally love it. Like I said, traded in my XB Buell, XB12S in on it. Missed my 48, now essentially I have my 48, but much bigger. Really like this bike. Just a little FYI, yeah, when I took my bike in for its initial service, this bike here comes with a stock black oil filter, and as you know from the rest of the video, I'm trying to minimize the chrome on it. Anyway, when they brought my bike back out at the completion of the service, I noticed they replaced the stock with a chrome oil filter. I told them about it. They're like, we're sorry, we don't know what happened. They usually replace it with the stock filter or whatever you had on prior. So just a little FYI to bring it up when you take your bike in for a service. Tell them what you want it replaced with, and you'll be good to go. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier in the video, we talk about the pipes here in a minute. So as you know, one of the first things you do when you get a new bike, pipe, seat, maybe a windshield, which I'll probably get to that eventually. But I wanted to spend like a minute to talk about the pipes, and why is because obviously the sound is awesome, this and that, whatever, but more so about whether you need to get the full on stage one. Now I gotta say, I'm not a professional mechanic. I'm just mechanically inclined. I was a driver in the Army for a howitzer for a short time period, so you got to know X amount of mechanics there, whatever. But the fact of the matter is I'm not a trained professional mechanic, so what I'm about to say, do what you will with it. I'm not saying not to get the full stage one, but what I am going to say is I do not believe you have to, and I feel as if my bikes are proof of it. Reason I bring that up is when I went to get the pipes put on, the dealer, understandably so, they're trained to make a sale and, make the shop money. And plus, to best get the best optimize the power and performance of your bike, they have that in mind as well. But at any rate, do you have to get a full stage one? I say no. And the reason I say that, before I put the pipes on this bike, I put just the pipe on an 1125 CR Buell, just a pipe on an XB12S, both high performance bikes. All I did was put a pipe on. I didn't get them remapped, do anything with like a big K&N fat filter or whatever. Didn't do any of that, just put the pipe on. The bikes ran fine. I just put the same type of pipes on my Sportster 48. It ran fine without the stage one. So when I got this bike and I was at the dealership and I told them I wanted to get the pipes, they highly recommended that I do the full stage one. I think it would have ran me about $1,400 for everything. I didn't really care about the 5 additional horses or a big, air filter or whatnot. I had that on the 48. Eventually I got the stage one on the 48. I just wanted the sound of some sick pipes. Nothing else. No additional 5% horsepower or whatever. Just the pipes. The dealer highly recommended I do the full stage one. And the question I asked them that basically told me it's not going to hurt the bike, I asked them if it will void my warranty if they put just the pipes on. They straight up said no, absolutely it won't. That told me that it's not going to harm the bike at all if Harley themselves are not going to void the warranty on it. If the engine was going to like blow up 500 miles, 10 miles down the way, they would void the warranty, and they certainly wouldn't let their dealers put the pipes on themselves. Doesn't void the warranty. I put the pipes on. Bike's running fine. I actually posed this question to a Harley Davidson forum that I belong to. The forum was split. 50% of, I'd say it was more like actually 70-30. 70% said, oh, you got to get to stage 1. 30% is more along my camp, where yeah, the bike may run a bit more, you'll gain a bit more horsepower, it'll run a bit, it won't run as lean, so on and so forth. But the thing is, a lot of that holds true with the carbureted bikes. With the new fuel injection and the ECM, it actually learns. It learns the new air-fuel mixture over time, and that takes about 500 miles. That 500 miles held true with this bike, my XB Buell 12S, and the others. Pretty much right at 500 miles, you'll notice less, it's definitely not backfiring, but popping upon deceleration. A little bit more of that, but that goes away around 500 miles. So, I'm not saying to do this, I'm just saying my information is, and what I did with my own bikes, and you're looking at one here, I didn't do the full stage 1, I just did the pipes, and I love it. It's exactly what I wanted. I got the sound. I don't know if it enhanced performance a whole lot, but I wasn't going for that. I was going for the look, minimize the chrome, going for the look and the sound. And I did put in the tempers back there to minimize the noise a bit. So yeah, my 2 cents is, if you want to go to full stage 1, roll with it. Whatever blows your hair back, whatever floats your boat. I just wanted the pipes, and you're safe to do that. Well, I spent enough time chewing the fat about the pipes. Let's give it a listen. And this is why I missed having a Harley. Love the Buells, but nothing like this sound.